welcome back to another tapping session with Linda Williams from Australia. I hope you're well. So those of you who have been following us with our tapping videos, it's wonderful to see you all. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Lovely to connect. Today I'm going to be tapping on fear. We all experience fear. At times we have experienced it. We sometimes walk in it, walk with fear in our soul, and at other times we just get fearful now and then. But the fact of the matter is this: it exists in each and every one of us, no matter how old we are, because uh, fear is something that starts very easily from a young age because of the response of the human body when it comes to the amygdala, the fight and flight part, a little thing here in our head, here in our brain. And so the amygdala sets us off. It gets us ready. It says, "Whoops, something's happened." And it releases, releases so many different um, aspects to handle the fear. Okay, our adrenaline goes up. Our sugar levels actually go up. Our blood pressure can go up. All sorts of negative things happen when we get into that state of mind. And so fear can walk with us, within us forever, if we allow it to. And we've all experienced it. We've all, at some time in our life, experienced that terrible pit, that feeling, the pit of our stomach where we get scared, really scared and fearful. And it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? It's a horrible feeling. Some of you will have fear in your essence because of child abuse, sexual abuse. Some of you have been through the war. You're going through, the memories and the nightmares, and there's all forms of excruciating fear. And then there's everyday fear in some little things too, but it's still important to acknowledge it, that it is affecting us. And we must never be ashamed or that we are fearful. We must never, that we've been made to feel fearful. We must never, ever allow it to make us feel guilty or ashamed or anything else that's negative to us. I always say to people that fear will hold you back in every aspect of your life, and that is so true. It causes us to be afraid to make decisions. We're scared. We get scared to say something. Some of you may be in a situation or were in a situation when you were young, where you had a father who you didn't say anything out of place because you get a smack in the mouth. Or I'm being honest here and saying it as it is, because that is exactly how it is for some of you, where you grew up with violent parents or a violent parent or negative vibration, listening to arguments, listening to all sorts of things that have made you scared. And as a child, those fears, they get within us and they affect us terribly. And so it holds you back in life. Sometimes it prevents you from walking your life the way you were meant to. Because I don't believe in the belief system that some people have, that we've come here to experience everything that we're experiencing, to learn lessons. I believe some part of that may be true, but there are other aspects that I question, because I don't believe a wonderful creator would put us in situations where we would actually suffer and struggle. I really don't. And so the fear that you could be walking with has come probably from somebody else's problems and somebody else's negative attitudes and somebody else's anger. And so anyway, we won't be dwelling on what's created. There's no point, because there's so many different aspects of how you've been affected. What we're here today for is to eliminate. the damage that it's done to you. And it's this fear, this tapping that we're going to go through, it's not going to remove the memory. What it's going to remove is it's going to remove the response and the feeling of the memory. The memory of it, the energy of that, the feeling of it is going to go, so that it no longer haunts you. It no longer holds you back. Okay. If you've been watching any of my videos, you'll know that we always start off with the this little area here, which of course wakes the body up. So this, when we tap here, the body says, "Oh my God, what's going on here? Something's about to change." Okay, this is called the karate chop. This one here. This is the karate chop. And when we tap on the karate chop, we are about to, so we're saying to our body, get ready, we're about to make change. Okay. And then we go around and we go to all the points and we acknowledge that this fear exists. We're not going to draw the fear in. If the fear's already there, we're going to acknowledge that it's there. We know it's there. And in everybody, it's there differently. And that's why we go around and we tap on all the meridians that talk to every emotion that that meridian carries. That's really what tapping is all about. All of the points that we tap on have a different emotion. And so that fear could be sitting anywhere. It could be sitting in it. And also those emotions are also, those meridians are attached to an organ. So it's quite complex. When you look at the science of it all, if you really want to look into the science of it, and I would suggest you do, and also I suggest you buy The Tapping Solution by Nick Ortner, his first book, which is a blue one. That'll tell you the history of the discovery of this wonderful healing tool and the history behind it. And a fascinating book. And when you read that, it'll explain a lot to you. And you know, there's a lot on YouTube that proves, a lot of scientific studies that have been done that proves this is an amazing self-healing tool. So why not use it in your life? Because you know, you use it anonymously. You're in control. Nobody even knows you're doing it. You don't even have to tell people you do it. I don't go around telling everybody that I meet that I actually do tapping. I don't have to do that unless a subject comes up, or unless you know it's with a client. If it's with a client, it's a different story because I found this to help my clients. But if I was out just shopping and I just, yeah, I have two lives. I have, my normal life with my hubby and kids, and then I have this work here. If you understand what I'm saying. So what we're going to do is we're going to acknowledge it and we're going to hit it on the head. And this is one thing that we need to hit on the head is the fear. It'll hold us back. Don't think I haven't experienced it. Of course I have. But I've eliminated it. I've eliminated it out of my system. So much so that I don't even remember what things made me fearful anymore because I started tapping about 12 years ago. And I'd like to be able for you to say the same thing in the future. So let's acknowledge it. I take my glasses off so that because we go around the eye area, and I want to be able to show you where I'm tapping. So we're going to acknowledge it first, and then we're going to give it a number from 1 to 10. And 10 may be the highest for you. When you think about fear, think about, while we're tapping here, think about how you feel with that fear. Think about what caused it. And also, through your life, many things could have been fearful. So just think about how you feel when you feel fear. Even though I have this fear in my body, you after say loud after me. Even though I have this fear in my body, I accept myself. If you want to say it in your mindset, that's fine. Even though I have this fear in my body, I accept myself. All of this fear in my body, I accept it. I know it's there, but I deeply and completely accept and love myself, even though I'm carrying this fear. Now we're going to give it a number because you've actually brought it up to the surface. Your body's thinking about this fear. So how does the body feel? What's your biggest fear? Because I've tapped so much on fear, I'm having difficulty thinking of something I'm scared of, which is quite interesting, isn't it? So, okay, I'll think of something that I don't want to happen. Okay. Now, I want you to visualize as you go around and as the words come from me to you and you repeat the words, I want you to visualize because you're going to talk to the visualization as well as the fear that sits within you. So, if, for example, you had a car accident, you were very badly hurt, you were terrified afterwards because of the experience of the accident, terrified, never been able to drive since then, for example, which would be a horrific fear. I want you to visualize how you felt, visualize it all, see it again. You have to, that don't worry, you'll be safe here. You need to acknowledge it. You need to acknowledge it, to shift it. Okay, shift what it did to you. So visualize what happened, whatever the fear is. Visualize it as we go through. Okay, and just pick that visualization to start with. And then if as we're going through something else crops up and you're reminded of something else that comes in your mindset, visualize that, think of that. Just allow your body to talk to you. Okay, so give it a number 1 to 10. Take a deep breath. Let's do the round. All of this fear in my body, all of this fear of what happened to me in that accident, all of this fear, what happened to me when I was little, all of this fear in my body, all of this fear I felt every time my dad came home from work, if he had a violent father. Visualize it, how you feel, and tell the truth, all right? Tell the truth to yourself. It's important. This is anonymous. Nobody's going to know, all right? It's all of this fear in my body under the nose, all of this fear on my chin. And then this is the fear meridian, all of this fear, the collarbones. You can tap on one, you can tap on two, or you can do what I do. I go like this for some reason. I always have all this fear, all of this fear in my body. And think about what you're fearful of. Even if it's something that's going on in your life now, if you're scared of that, you're in a relationship and your partner is attracted to another woman, and you're a bit fearful. It's an innocent attraction. It doesn't mean a thing, but you're feeling fearful. You're scared because of what's happened to you in the past. Visualize it because we'll get rid of it for you. Okay. All of this fear in my body under the arm here. I usually curl up my hand, get in all of this fear in my body, all of this fear, all of this fear that is holding me back in my body, all of this fear that I've been hanging on to for so long, all of this fear in my body, all of this fear that's holding me back, stopping me from making decisions, making me feel scared, making me afraid to move forward, all of this fear. All of this fear that holds me back against doing the right thing. All this fear about riding a bicycle because I fell off a bicycle. All of these fears, but you see what I mean? All of this fear. You could say whatever the truth is, it's okay, you're safe. You're just acknowledging it. All of this fear in my body. All of this fear of being bullied. All of this fear of the kids at school that are bullying me. I'm feeling terrified. I'm feeling threatened. All of this fear, all of this terrible fear in my body, all of this fear, all of this fear. It's making me feel so scared. It's making me feel really, really frightened. All of this fear in my body, all of this fear of losing my job, all of this fear. You see, whatever it is, even if it's past, present, whatever, think about, it. Okay. Take a deep breath, and you're going to feel something. There's no doubt you will feel something. Yeah, you'll feel an essence of some kind. You'll feel changes, maybe this area here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to release it. We're going to let it go, okay? We're saying, I now choose. These are magic words. This is you. You're in control. You're the ruler of your mind, remember? Mind, body, soul. I now choose to release all fear. All fear. I'm letting it go now. I am releasing all fear. I am releasing all of the fear of whatever, all of the fear of that I felt and I still feel when I think about, how my dad used to hit me, or I choose to release all of the fear that comes from still remembering growing up in a violent home. I've released all that fear that I'm still remembering and still thinking about. These are the things your body wants to know. Your body knows, but they want you to acknowledge it and release it. Your body wants you to release it. I choose to release all this fear that's holding me back. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go now. I'm releasing all this fear so that I may move forward with confidence. I'm releasing all this fear so that I may now be able to make decisions and be much happier. I know that fear has been holding me back, but I'm choosing today to release it. I'm letting it go now. I'm releasing that fear so that I can move forward in a happy, wonderful way. I am going to be safe. I do not need fear. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be a happier person because I am choosing now to release all fear that has been holding me back. And I'm not going to allow that fear to come back. I'm going to release it now and move forward in a confident way. I'm releasing it now. I'm letting it go. I'm releasing it. I'm releasing it. I'm letting it go now. And so take a deep breath. And what's that number like? Have you come down? Have you come down to a 4 or 5 or we haven't released all of the fear that we've been walking with. We've released some of it. But what we have released is very, very important because it's now made room to get rid of any other fear that is sitting within us. And so this is where we commit ourselves to really this self-healing tool where we commit to getting ourselves in a really wonderful, healthy way. And so you're going to get a response. You could become a little bit unhappy. You could feel a bit down because that fear, that deep emotion has started to rise up. And fear can cause us to feel unhappy and depressed and unsettled. But this is a good sign. It's a sign that something's taken place. And so now you should feel happy. You should feel, oh, wow, now I can shift a bit more and I can get rid of a bit more. So make this your purpose at the moment in your life. Make this your goal to clean yourself out of all this fear. Detox yourself emotionally from the fears that could have been holding you back for a long time. Okay? Even if it's present day fear, tap on it. If you're fearful of losing your job, if you're fearful of not getting a promotion, have you put in for a job and you're waiting to hear and you keep saying, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm not sure if they're going to like me. You're putting out negative. No, that's fear. You tap on that. And it's not hard to do. Even though I'm feeling fearful about this resume I've put in about this job, I've put in, I accept myself. And you do that 3 times. I know I'm fearful about this job. I know I'm fearful if my resume is good enough. I know I'm fearful that I may not be good enough. I know I'm a bit scared about taking on this job. You tap that, do that, and then you say, I release all this fear about this job because I know I can handle this job. There's no need for me to be fearful. I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm capable, I'm experienced. There's no room for fear. And then You'll get yourself all nice and confident, and when you go for the job, it'll shine through. You won't be walking in there all fear in your eyes and wobbly and and if you're sitting outside waiting for your interview, you go straight into here, you sit there. I have no fear. I have no fear. I choose to be happy. I choose to be successful. And don't worry, even if you don't get that job, don't worry, because remember, you're being guided by spirit. There could be another one. This is not about whether you get the job, this is the fear. And so when you eliminate that fear, you've improved yourself. And that eliminating that fear may not get you the job, but it might also get you the job. It's quite possible it could too. So I'm just giving you an example of how you can tap on your fear. We don't want to walk a life, walk through this world with fear in our soul. It's not good for us, holds us back, causes all sorts of side effects. If you're fearful of, you can get jealous if you're fearful. You can get angry if you're fearful. You can become with a low self-esteem if you're fearful. Fear is a terrible vibration to be walking with, but it's actually a false sense of entrapment. And so we have to learn to believe that. Okay. And so if you have experienced any sort of fear, if you were bullied at school, if you're feeling fear now, please start to tap and know that you will get a response. Just keep tapping. And whatever emotion comes up, whatever comes out, tap on it. Okay, just tap on that emotion. Listen to your body. Talk to your body with tapping, and you will heal. You will self-heal. Give the body, get rid of it, and the body will then go into a beautiful mindset of its own, and you'll work in harmony with each other, mind, body, soul, perfectly. Okay? Okay, take care. Please let me know how you went with this tapping. Thank you for being with us today. Remember, we do lots and lots of different kinds of work for you on this channel: spiritual work, psychic development and growth, weekly messages for your star signs, monthly messages, moon, the new moon and the full moon readings, lots and lots of different things. And also we do videos on the collective every 3 to 4 days. So lots and lots of things going on. So why not join us? Why not subscribe? Give us a like and become a subscribe, become a part of our journey, and let us help you. Allow my guides and I to guide you and help you this time around. Until next time, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Linda Williams. I'm from Australia. Where are you from? Let me know. And you'll get a little tick from me and a little heart and sometimes a comment. So until next time, everybody, bye-bye. Take care. Bye.